I wouldn't know. It does sound like typical druid nonsense. Split the knowledge so nobody has a full picture, and then act surprised when everything falls apart. If anywhere, it'll be at the temple of the All-Mother, or what's left after its fall. When corruption spreads there, my sisters who served became something else. Abandon this quest while you still can. Whatever you seek there isn't worth what this twisted place will do to you. Wait, That didn't scare you off? I feel ashamed, even thinking about asking you for help. But maybe the Menhir's reaction to your arrival was a sign from the All-Mother. Maybe you are someone who can help. You asked me before whose grave it is. I come here because it's a reminder of how I failed those who counted on me, and I should feel sorrow, guilt, something. But the truth is, I lost part of myself long before Maeve was taken. I stand here. I wait for a feeling to appear, and nothing comes to me. Not ever. At the corrupted temple, something happened when I was still a priestess out there. I feel like something was taken from me, ripped from my very soul. And I've been hearing her voice ever since. Lorelia. I don't remember. I should, but the memory eludes me. She's calling to me, but I can't answer. Help me, please. I need you to go to the corrupted temple. Find her. Find out what she wants from me. Because I fear what I'll find. If she's calling for me, it means facing something I'm not ready for. But you might see the truth more clearly than I can. Thank you. Whatever this is, it has haunted me long enough. The hospital, yes, I've seen the state it's in, and I've seen Ailey's devotion to her work. She's right, it needs more than just repairs. It needs purpose. The All-Mother's temple was meant to be a place of comfort and healing, but it became distant and unapproachable. What good is faith if it doesn't reach the people who need it most? I would like to help, truly, but I cannot. There is something I must resolve first. Something that has haunted me for far too long. All-Mother, guide you.
found her, didn't you? You went to that cave and came out alive. So that means she's dead. She wouldn't have just given you my heart back. I'm not sure. I'm guessing some kind of spell. I can't believe love could ever be that blind. Sweet All-Mother, I'm embarrassed just thinking about it. She was a monster, as you know. A beautiful one, but only on the surface. I can't believe it's over. Oh, and I didn't have a chance to express my gratitude. Although, an apology might be more fitting. You risked your life for me. That's more than I could ever ask of anyone. Even someone dear to me. So, thank you. What brings you here? You're just in time. The forge is ready. You're just in time. What do you need? The men here in Kunakt is dying. The nights have become even more dangerous. People say the weirdness is creeping closer. Perhaps the Camelotians have a point. It is difficult for me to say anything more. I just want to do my job the best I can. He seems stern, but he's a good, hard-working man. This time, though, it's personal. As soon as I was sure I could swing the hammer twice, I got straight to work. I'm forging a new heart. I know I've only just gotten back the one that beats in my chest, but I can feel there's something wrong with it. It's weaker. I am weaker and unsteady. It's easier for me to grow impatient and angry. More things seem to cut me deeper. I feel like my heart is poisoned. So far, all my attempts have failed. None of those hearts had the spark a forged replacement ought to have. They were far too weak to beat in a blacksmith's chest. There's a legend about the Stone Wardens. It tells that they could forge a heart stronger than any other. A heart that could make a man invincible. Sadly, I don't know much more than that. Right now, I'm just banging my head against the wall. Dalriata Master Blacksmiths. If you think something can't be forged, they've likely already found a way to do it. They have their methods, passed down from generation to generation by oral tradition. Outsiders rarely, if ever, gain access to their craft. Well, since the Stone Wardens are all Dalriata, my hands are tied. Vrel is the only person from the tribes that I know. A Dalriata selling books. And that's something, isn't it? I was planning to ask her about the legends myself, but maybe you could do it for me? Urfia will clobber me with his hammer if I shirk my work again. Thank you. I hope Vrel will be able to tell us more. It hasn't been easy for him. His entire world has begun to change around him. You've seen what they did to the trees near Kunacht. For some reason, it pains Urfia no end. Even before I got sick, the Camelotians had commissioned a lot of work from us. I think he feels partially responsible for what's been happening around here. In my eyes, she never looked like a monster. I remember following her to that cursed place. When we were close, she touched my heart. I felt a great pain. And then I saw what she really was. I got scared, grabbed something heavy. I managed to get away, but inside I felt emptiness. Each morning after that, the burning of my wound grew more intense. Come back if you've the coin, or something worth my time.
I am an outcast, exiled from my home by the red struggle continues on the holy island of Avalon.
I swear, if I catch that bastard, I'll shove all 5 volumes right up his arse. What? Aye, something happened. Some blighter broke in and stole every book about the beautiful Liliana. Not a loose page left. That's most of my income gone in the wind. That's no something I'd like to think too much about. Aye, one of the soldiers. He threw a fit a few days ago, 'cause I wouldn't sell him the latest volume on credit. There's no chance I'd ever allow that. Give it 2 months, I'd be bankrupt. Can't say I wouldn't be grateful. The lad's name is Walter. He's, well, all in all, he's no a bad sort. Just a little hot-headed. So if you do find him, try not to rough him up too much, alright? Well, I've calmed down. Apologies. Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, then kindly leave before you start. Before you ask, no. I do not have any books personally signed by Merlin. Nor will I fake his signature. Welcome. I hope you've found...
What's on your... I'll get it.
Always a pleasure to... Hello there, strange-looking citizen. You lost, or just looking for someone? A reputation? Me? For what? Standing around looking tough? Oi, wait a moment. You think I stole those books? Beautiful Liliana is... sacred to me, all right? I'd never touch Vrel's stash, I swear. I was saving up for the new volume. Now it's gone? How the hell am I supposed to know what happens to Liliana next? No! I dunno. But there's this red priest hanging around who loves scaring the crap out of soldiers. Always preaching doom and sin, you know? And you know what's worse? That damn priest saying Liliana's, inspiring moments are why I'll be cursed. He told me I'd grow hair on the inside of my palms. What kind of nutter says that to a bloke? Is that even a thing? Damn brother Ismat got me paranoid. Oh, he's probably at the Red Church headquarters. That's where they're always praying and doing whatever it is that Red Priests do. Just be careful. The man's got a way of making you feel like you're already cursed. Creepy bastard. See you later. Don't let the weirdness bite, eh?
Always a pleasure to see you.
sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service, we are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service and duty we ascend to holiness. It is not the act. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service and duty we ascend to holiness. Yes? What reason do you have to interrupt my prayer? What could be more important than this? I know which sinner you speak of. I also know he intended to read those books, tainted with lechery. I could not allow that, because I know all too well what they do to minds prone to living in impurity, as I know what that man intended to do with his sweaty hands panting over the next chapter. Of course, I am a Red Priest, after all. I know much about the struggles of the spirit, about what shatters a person's dignity, about the acts that cloud the mind with a fog. I don't like your tone, stranger. However, I won't respond to that with a similar kind of aggression. Let's have it your way. Yes, I stole those books that are thick with words yet imparting no virtue, filled with vulgar, scandalous illustrations. What did I plan? To burn them, of course. That is what Miss Liliana deserves. That is the fate that befalls a rakish infidel. I must refuse you. We will not return these books. They are now part of the Red Church's property. And through me, the Church will decide their fate. They end in fire, where they belong. It is decided. I acknowledge that sin is a natural part of the soul, yet equally natural should be penance, to free oneself from that sin. Chasteness does not come easily, but that is why it is a virtue. Granting oneself relief through such primitive and vulgar acts, engaging with something as vile as these books. Have you read A Sermon on the Paths of Discipline by Brother Flamen? He makes a proper statement about those types of deviations. Hands that stray toward idle pleasures build no temple. Ah, you wish to have at least the bare excellent. Look around we are the sanctified mart. sanctified martyrs. You have returned. My decision remains unchanged. So, what has someone like you gleaned from, especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on selfish desire serves no purpose higher than itself? Know this, the seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life and the service of greater purpose. Of course it serves a purpose, a vain and impure one. Such self-gratification weakens the spirit and body. It compels the heart to submit to every fleeting whim. Meanwhile, to be men means resisting those whims, holding back the hand from striking, restraining the hand from depravity. How can a man be ready to protect his loved ones if he's so willing to blind himself through sin? Just to remind you, a blind man cannot fulfill his service either to his kin or Kay, which makes him barren and forever lost. I see you didn't stop your reading of Flamen at a sermon on the paths of discipline, and you've cited the perfect passage. That's precisely the point. What ultimately guides the hand to sin is, after all, the human heart ablaze with unchecked desire. The same sermon says, "Remember, therefore, that the gift of life is for sharing and not for consuming alone." Woe, then, to the hearts driven by selfish desire, as those hearts won't listen to the word. I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in priestly service. We know human nature all too well, do we not? Avoiding an admission of guilt does not mean avoiding punishment. Someone may treat my teachings with disdain, but ultimately, they will still stand before Kay and her word. Your words, however, are wise, and they lead towards reflection. And there it is, the image of modern humanity, knowing no virtues. Stripping purity from every aspect of life, you kill holiness. And then, in the face of life's hardships, you ask where grace has gone. Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. It can be put to much better use. Yes, you might be right about that one, stranger. An excellent observation, and a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity and Temperance, I must admit. This is not about control, my child, but about opening the eyes of those who cannot see. Would it not be better if each of us were ready to receive the prophet's word? A body that succumbs to temptation is a weak body. That is precisely why we must maintain purity, to be ready at any moment to receive the grace of the prophet. As Brother Flamen says, treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel, as the pursuits of bodily pleasures is like blindness. That is, of course, an astute observation, and proof that you've read the sermon thoroughly. However, I am full of faith that I have been placed on this path precisely to make such judgments in the prophet's name. Still, one could also view it from the perspective you mentioned. Yes. So, dear stranger, where did our little discourse lead you? What about my role in all of this? Where would people be without priests, striving to protect them from sin and impurity? Everything is tied to faith. Don't you see? Every act, every gesture of our hand may prove defining. Separating those two orders won't do any good. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith further. I remain unshaken. The books will burn. Now, let me return to my prayer.
Nice to see you.